This is a Beanbag Chair Media production.
Hi guys, and welcome to Anime Noise.
I'm Garrett. I'm a performing musician by trade, graduated with a bachelor's degree in music production, and have been binging anime for almost 2 decades.
And I'm Emily. I am a classically trained violinist and have been indulging in the animes since I was a wee little human.
And this is an anime review podcast, where we help the new viewer decide where they want to start while taking the superfan on a deep dive into the overlooked realm of music and sound effects.
Hello. And
Shalom.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to yet another episode of
Anime Noise.
I feel like we can do that intro a little bit more energetic.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought I was pretty energized.
You said like nighttime jazz radio voice style. Hello. Let me soothe you into some smooth jazz.
I mean, this OST is like pretty like broody. Felt it was necessary.
It's all right. It's broody. I'm not gonna cut any of that out. This is our intro now, guys.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So, welcome to another episode of Smooth Jazz. All right, I'm done with that voice.
There's literally no jazz in this episode.
Not at all.
Nope.
We're not doing Cowboy Bebop today, boys and girls.
We're not doing Cowboy Bebop today.
We are not doing Cowgirl Bebop. We are doing.
It sounded like a burn. You have something against Cowboy Bebop wearing a Cowboy Bebop shirt right now?
I am wearing a Cowboy Bebop shirt. I totally forgot. No, I love Cowboy Bebop. I just wanted to say Cowgirl instead.
Okay. All right, guys. Like we mentioned last week, we are going to be doing the movie Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
Yeah, and if you listened to us last week, you would know what episode we're doing right now. So I hope you should. I hope you go back and listen to it. I have not had enough to drink today.
Well, then I will get started.
Yeah, go ahead and get them started.
We're gonna jump right in here.
I'm gonna warm up, take a chug.
Warm up. Go on with yourself.
All right, yeah, let me take a chug.
All right, the prequel to our beloved JJK series. Still getting to see that hot and sexy Gojo we so much adore.
I'm glad I didn't read that first sentence.
Sorry, Sukuna fans.
Dirty simp.
I love that you have no idea what line you're gonna read.
I know, like
it makes me so happy.
Especially since like I've been so busy recently with work and the band stuff and all that. I don't get to actually. I didn't read any of this last week. I read all 8 pages, whatever the hell it was, of notes that you had. I read it all before I started the episode, and today I didn't. This is going to be a big surprise.
I also literally just finished the notes like, I don't know, an hour ago.
It's also only on one side of one sheet of paper. It's going to be a much shorter episode.
It's going to be a much shorter episode.
And, but it's going to be a good one. I'm pumped. I really like this movie. Again, favorite anime. New gen. Should probably clarify that. It's not my favorite anime. I'm going to take another chug.
Oh, you don't want to read this next part?
Oh no, I'm going to.
Okay.
Just give me a second.
All right.
Gulp. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not that sorry, but I'm sorry.
If you didn't get to catch it in theaters in your country, you truly missed out, you little pussies. That's not in there. I'm sorry.
That wasn't me.
That was Emily yelling at you. If you didn't get to catch it in theaters in your country, you truly missed out. No, seriously, you really did. Because this movie dives right into the life of Yuta Okatsu, who holds a special grade cursed spirit within him, who also happens to be a childhood friend.
Or lover.
If you could, yeah, I mean, maybe not lover.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe like crush.
The funny thing was
that
I wrote lover in my original notes, and
like,
I was
that
like,
seems too pervy for this sort of innocent love.
Yeah. It was like a childhood friend. Like they said they loved each other. Like, you know, I took it a step too far, but I brought myself back.
I'm glad you did.
I did.
You had some restraint which is one of the key words here for the OST. We'll get into that in just a moment. Anyway, love dies, becomes a special grade curse. Yuta is, of course, taken under Gojo's wing to help him learn how to control that spirit that lives within him, that's connected to him. Havoc obviously occurs.
Anything Gojo's a part of, usually like there's some havoc around it.
Yeah, he's a nutcase.
So this was originally released in Japan, obviously, on December 24th, 2021. And Holy Balls did it do incredibly well in the box office. After all has been said and done, the anime movie ranks among the top 10 best anime movies of all time.
Fuck yeah, it
like
does.
of all time. And
It deserves it.
It's crazy. Demon Slayer is still taking the lead on that one, but JJK Zero is very quickly catching up since it hasn't even hit the 6-month mark, nor has it been released in every country. It's the 21st highest grossing movie in Japan.
Damn, are you serious? I didn't know it did that well.
I'm not joking. Like, it did 177.2 million yen.
Guys, don't sleep on Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like there's a ton of people out there, Preston included. Actually, maybe not Preston. You're probably not sleeping on it. But the way you talk about it in your TikToks, at least the way you super hype Demon Slayer, it's like everybody's been sleeping on Jujutsu Kaisen. I haven't heard a lot of talk about it recently, other than that the movie came out. But even then, not as much hype on social media about the movie as I had anticipated. Not nearly as much as Rengoku dying.
That's true.
I know it's a big big deal.
That is a big deal, Garrett. Don't be a hater. But at the same time, you're not wrong. I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen became like a thing we widely talked about because the movie was coming out. And since it's been in the United States and now it's gone, we're back to not talking about it. It's like only if it's like a big thing.
But even when the movie was coming out, I don't know, maybe it was on the wrong social media pages or I was distracted by something else.
Yeah.
I didn't see that cross my screen that much.
Garrett distracted by something else. Crazy.
Are you talking shit right now?
Never. I would never. The only thing different in this series is that so far it's only distributed by Toho. Everything else is the same in terms of credentials. So let us begin.
That's literally written on the paper that she handed to me. The evil laugh and everything.
I aim to please.
We should upload your notes.
I don't think anybody wants to
We
do
should
that.
copy and paste your notes into just like, it's basically closed captioning minus all the banter that we do in between this written text.
It's probably not a good idea.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
All right, Garrett. What's the intro to this movie?
The intro to this movie is Ichuzu, or The Only Way, by King Nu, with a G. GNU. It was released December 29th of 2021 as their fourth single that contains both the intro and outro of the movie, and is a non-album single. It reached number 1 on the Oricon. Fucking A. Fucking A, right, it did. King Nu, initially known as Mrs. Vinci. Initially known as Mrs. Vinci, they formed in 2013 and changed their name in 2017. It seems like they got their traction mostly from playing the Fuji Rock Festival in 2017 and 2018, and then they fucking blew up. 2019 was their fucking year. They were nominated at 4 different award ceremonies for everything from Best Video to Best Japanese Act and won 5 awards. Hot diggity damn.
Yeah, at one of the awards, I think it was MTV Japan, they won Best New Video and Best New Artist.
Well, balls. That's awesome. This is their first anime collaboration, so I hope we get to see more. Me too. I love both of those songs.
Yeah. They're an alternative rock band, and it's composed of 4 different people. The lead singer is actually does a ton of shit for the band, like down to planning out their music videos, and their lyricist, the vocalist. He like writes all of the music, like every part of the music. Like all of them, all the parts.
He's a pro.
He's a pro.
He's
got this.
He's an undeniable talent.
Well,
let's listen to the song, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's fucking do it.
So because of the nature of the song, though, it's...
Sorry, I started that premature.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Whatever.
It's going to be one of those
Whatever.
days.
Because of the nature of the song of which it's used, we don't have any, TV versions or anything like that. So we only have the full songs. So I think we might actually legally not be able to play the whole song.
Really?
I'm not sure because it's a big name. It's not like the OST.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do then. I guess...
Can I take off my shirt? It's really hot in here.
It's getting hot in here. I guess we're just going to have to sing the song. I don't think there's anything illegal about singing the song in our own voice. Yeah, go ahead and take off your shirt.
Okay, cool.
Make it steamy up in here.
I think I might just do that thing that you do back in the day and like tuck it up like into your collar. So then only your tits are like...
This is why we got to start streaming on Twitch, you know? We're going to get booted immediately. But I think it'll be a good story.
Look at that. Look, just my tits hanging in my...
Oh, you tucked the shirt in like Britney Spears style.
Very much so.
You tied it like the 90s.
I sure did. Taking it back.
Taking it way back. Way back. Okay, so I guess we're just going to play the song all the way through. We could start and stop it. And if we get flagged, I guess we'll just mute the song later with all of this dialogue still there.
And now you know why it's muted.
And if it gets muted. So here goes fucking nothing. Let's go.
I love the really fast-paced, like, beat.
I love this change,
starts.
too.
Yes. And then it transitions into this, like, solo guitar. You know who they remind me of? Who is that band? Who is it? Fuck. It's kind of Strokes-ish.
I was going to say the Strokes.
Yeah, it's very Strokes-ish, and then Arctic Monkeys.
I can hear some Arctic Monkeys in here, too, yeah. The song grooves. I love those drums.
It does groove. And also,
bass line.
I love how, because this particular video has the lyrics across it, and it's so interesting to see how they tie these very long, accentuated words into these verses. And it strikes me. It's striking.
It's got a little Fall Out Boy kind of feel to it, too.
Yeah.
I love the vocal melody.
It's like unexpected. It surprises you.
With the claps in there too, keeping it intimate, but keeping them far away. I love all these filters. This intro is very much, it gives me the same feeling. It connects very well to the OST is what I'm trying to say. I've got a lot of notes about the OST. And I wonder if they worked with, I wonder if it was recorded with the same, like one of the composers that did all the mixing and mastering.
I know that these songs were written for Jujutsu Kaisen.
That makes sense.
And see, this is the beautiful thing about listening to the full version songs, because we didn't hear this whole thing in a theater. So it's always really nice to come like back to it and listen to the full version, which is what I do with a lot of the intro songs that I really like. Okay. Rude.
Yeah, that was fucking weird. It wouldn't let me pause the video. You guys obviously know what that song is. I'm not going to cut that out either. This is going to be a raw, uncut, mistake-driven episode today, guys.
We're all about owning up for our mistakes.
Season 2, episode 2. Let's fucking fuck it up.
Raw.
Raw. Raw.
Let's do it. I'm ready. All right, Garrett, do you think it fit? Wait, we got to do the lyrics. Here we are.
It's a Tuesday, guys. Second episode.
And it's 11 o'clock at night.
Season 2, second episode, Tuesday. I've been seeing the number 2 a lot recently. Another one of those weird coincidences. Lots of just strings of 2s.
Yes.
And that tells me to not give a fuck.
So I'm curious from Genius Lyrics, because they have the chorus being first, and then there's a verse 1, and then a chorus, which isn't the same at all. And then a verse 2, and a bridge, and a verse 4, and a verse 5, and then another bridge, and then a chorus that is also not the same.
Yeah, you know why they call it Genius Lyrics, right? It's ironic. It's not fucking genius at all.
Silly internet. All right. Lend me your strength one last time, then I won't ask for anything more. My future, my past, and my everything. I'll have no regrets if it's completed with you. Already, you know who that's about.
Definitely. It's about the main goddamn characters.
Goddamn. It continues on. It's what the second chorus, swinging back and forth between evil and justice. The credit rolls to draw the end of life. This has to be God's selfish prank. That's why I don't care if I have to play dirty. Man.
I like that attitude.
Yeah.
I like that attitude.
That's what Garrett actually told me today.
Oh, yeah, about your job hunting resumes and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. My advice to her was, basically, she keeps getting told no for a new career path that she's trying to dive into. Nobody's giving her a shot, and it's like, there's other candidates that have more experience, but how do you get more experience if nobody's willing to give you a chance? So at this point, since she's gotten so many no's, I just said, America is one of those beautiful countries where you can just lie to get ahead. And you absolutely can. Honestly, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, okay? If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Ask Tom Brady.
I disagree with all of that, because
Ask the Patriots.
I don't like doing that because I can't back my story up. But if anybody out there has any places that are hiring, please come my way. I need some luck.
Throw her a freaking bone.
God damn.
Seriously.
The last 2 interviews I had, it was no negative feedback, just someone better. Okay.
Awesome.
Garrett, does it fit?
I think it definitely fits.
I think it also fits as well. I think it's super groovy. It fits in very well with the rest of the music that you
That's
hear
what I was just about to say.
After this. So it's really cohesive with everything else. And then the beat hooks you. Like, at any point in the song. I can't even remember what part of the song that they used in the movie, because it flies like a fleeting freaking moment.
It does. But they suck you in right away, and I love that energetic guitar. The drum groove was super cool. Bass line right along with it. Phenomenal job. It fits very, very well.
Yes.
Give it a fucking cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Cha-chang. All right. Let's dive into the OST, shall we?
Yeah. Same composers, same shit, awesome shit. The only thing different is that this album was released December 22nd of 2021.
That honestly surprised me, because I thought it was a completely different composing team.
Not at all. Nope. Same 3 composers. 100%.
And if you're going to compare our notes and our rating from last week's episode to this one,
it's completely different.
So fucking different. I even said overall note, even just blanket statement, in film score classes, schools, they need to break down this OST. Watch the movie, break it down. listen to it in context. There was really only one song that I did not like on this entire thing. Out of 31 songs, there was only one that I didn't like, truly didn't like. And the rest of them, there is so much going on. Drastic changes, super dramatic, beautifully cinematic. And this is just off the top of my head from remembering what I listened to earlier. I haven't even read any of the notes off my fucking notebook. By track, what was it, 4 or 5? I don't even think I got all the way to 5. So far, this OST feels a lot more serious. Maybe because there's a lot less time, but still a lot of emotions and intensity to capture. A much, much more effective OST than the show. It had this sense of like mature restraint. They experimented. They did a lot of crazy shit. They did a lot of really cool shit. But many of the pieces felt like, instead of pushing as far as we can, let's dial it back. Let's remember our fundamentals and just make a super strong OST.
Like almost like a strong outline where you don't need the color.
But they use it really well in tiny little bites and packages. You know, it's like some of these pieces sounded like 4 different pieces just sandwiched together.
Oh my, okay. I'll get it.
Is that one of your notes too?
Just go finish shenanigans.
It is impossible to be bored listening to this OST. Impossible to be bored. You are constantly on your toes. Love the way this composer builds pieces and captures audio worlds. I wrote that thinking it was a new composer. I did. This does not sound like the same 3 people that did the anime. Thoroughly intrigued as to how this composer approaches his craft or her craft and workflow in this project. Thinking back on it, I still want to interview them now. Because phenomenal job. It's just so good. Why do all these B parts sound like a completely different piece compared to the A parts? And some of them were like A, B, C, D through fucking Z parts. There were so many. It was crazy. Everything I've heard has been so fun and surprising to my musical brain. Like, everything. What the fuck? Even wrote that in another piece and drew a little arrow to my overall notes. They were fucking, it was so good. Intense low end with a very shimmery high end elements.
Ooh, I mentioned that in one of my track notes.
Amazing use of dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
Old school techniques. One in particular is the use of oboes. I don't hear that a lot in scores anymore. And especially scores, like anime scores.
Like doing that like snake charmer vibe?
Or just the like exploring vibe. They don't use it like a snake charmer.
Yeah, I mean,
they
the
use
last time we really heard that was Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah. So it feels traditional orchestration-wise. Mm-hmm. So I was happy that they used the oboes, but they used it in an interesting way too.
They didn't use it in the way that it's like even it's a solo, but it's above a lot of instrumentation. So they did a really good job with that.
Oh yeah.
Was that all your overall notes?
No.
No, of course
no.
not.
Amazing fundamentals that enhance the creative talent of the composer. This motherfucker practices composing like a lot. Obviously, now that I know that. I even put like, these pieces are so cool, the way they can just like cram a bunch of emotion into bite-sized moments. It needs to be analyzed in schools. Honestly, this OST would be a great tool for composition and film scoring teachers. Well-oiled, well-polished production. I think I got maybe one more. Hold on. Gotta flip this page. Yeah, last one. I feel like Owen Wilson writing wow so much. Wow. Yeah, I was thoroughly impressed. What were your overall notes, Emily?
Well, as I explicitly made clear that the last OST we listened to deviated from the curse vibe at the very end of the OST, this one already had a different curse vibe. There was not a whole lot of electronic elements in this OST, which I feel like also contributes to my next overall note.
At least not the same electronic overall elements that they used in the show.
There were still synths and there were still like drum beats, but it wasn't overwhelming so to where the whole song was like just a loop.
Yeah.
Now there were a couple songs that were very similar to that, but they were very much more elegant. I'll put it that way. And I come across this because the sound design and the way that the OST is structured is a much more cinematic feel. Like, I feel like they said, okay, we're writing for a movie. We're going to be in a movie theater where speakers are going to be blaring at you, and we are going to capture every essence of sound that we possibly can.
And they totally did.
And they definitely nailed that.
Blew this one out the fucking park. Out your bumholes. It was so good.
Yeah, and then I said, OMG, the sound design. Like,
Yeah.
And then I did a heart eyes emoji next to my note because and this was like on my page with like track 7, 8, 9. And then I said not nearly as many vocals as the series. It didn't have as many insert songs. There were still vocals, and there was a song at the very end called "The Real You." That was good. It was a good song, but definitely not nearly as many insert songs, which I was quite grateful for.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if my opinion is differing from Garrett's in terms of the strange transitions between parts, because there were some tracks that elegantly, so beautifully transitioned into the next song. Like, you knew that song was continuing from the previous song, but
like
it was
15 and 16.
but it was a new track, and they did it again and a little bit further down. But then there were some tracks I even wrote. I was like, this. I started writing the next title, and I had to erase it because I legitimately thought it was a new track because it was a completely different theme. It kind of blew me away, and like I fumbled a little bit. And it's not necessarily a negative thing. It was just kind of confusing. Like, why did you choose to make a new track for some of these songs, but on like a good chunk of them, you just like combined 4 different songs?
Yeah, I guess it was just the moment of the scene.
Right. And so that's what I eventually ended up chalking it up to. But it's just strange standalone to like hear that. And there's like silence in between the tracks, like not in between, in the tracks. There's silence where they move to the next part. And so I'm
Well,
like,
it wasn't complete silence, not every time.
Not every time, but there was still silence.
I don't know. There was some that just like was a gap.
I would
maybe.
love to find.
Yeah, you got to find what we're talking about. Hopefully we play one of those. We're not going to play too many songs. We'll keep this episode relatively short.
No, I don't even have that many stars. It was really hard to pinpoint like what my favorite songs were.
It was hard for me to like pick out a favorite. There's one that I definitely have to play. I've already picked the one. It's not even a full star, but it's got a lot of talking points. Number 25, Fisticuffs. But the one right after that, To Fight the Curse, was incredible too. Just all over the place.
Well, I liked, so my favorite song, and I text Garrett about it while he was at work today because I was listening to it, and I was like, 15 is Perfection. And then that was one of the ones that transitioned really well. Beautiful transition. And I didn't really have any notes for Fisticuffs. Actually, I didn't have any notes for Fisticuffs. I think Dax was talking to me, and I was just like, you know what? I think I listened to that song 3 times, and I was just like, okay, I can't stay on this song. But I starred 26, which is the song right after.
That one didn't get a full star from me, but I love that song too. The one that I absolutely did not like was number 28.
The Real You? Yes.
That was fucking stupid.
I said the track surprised, scared the shit out of me.
The thing that I really absolutely hated about that song was the lyric writing.
Oh, yeah.
It's exactly what we talked about.
Yep.
Let's just say everything that's happening on the screen and about the fucking characters. That's so cookie cutter. It's not poetic. It's not truly about the characters.
But
we'll play that one. We will play that one.
And I guess I'll get to that when we play it. So what did you star, Garrett?
What did I full star? Let's see.
Your full star.
6 and 7. Those were full stars.
Same.
11.
Okay.
11 was the shit. And then I did Star, but I took it away because I was like, I can't lump it in with some of the other ones.
What did you?
It was number 14.
14.
Number 14. And then I starred 15. That one was sick as shit. 15 and 16 were awesome.
Yeah.
And they blended so well together. Those were definitely the same piece that they split up into 2 songs.
Yeah, they had to, because you literally hear the end,
If it wasn't 2 videos that we had on our playlist, it would just sound seamless. It would sound like one song all the way through, just back to back. That was it. That's all I had starred, full starred.
Okay. I had 1 and 2 starred. I think that was before I knew what I was getting myself into. And then I started 7, and then 15 and 16. And then I started 26. And then I put a half star next to 27, but it's more of a best representation of a fight between characters, because this was Gojo versus Miguel.
That I had some funny notes for that one.
Yeah. But Miguel is like more powerful than Uta. So it's just like, it was a really powerful battle. And then you got Gojo, who's fucking powerful as shit. So, and then I started 30.
Okay. Well, yeah, the whole like Gojo versus Miguel was more like, you better run, Miguel. You're gonna die. Sorry that you had so much bad luck fighting Gojo, because
Yeah.
it's just not your day if you get forced into a battle with Gojo.
Yeah.
And that's what it sounded like to me out of that song, was like, just Gojo whooping ass.
Go.
Gojo. So which one do you want to play? I already picked my fisticuffs one, and I picked the one that I really didn't like.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to play 15.
You want to play 15? Yeah, that was cool. Oh, another one that was weird is 12. I didn't have many notes for that one. I'm sure it belongs because it was done well, but it was so cheesy.
Oh, yeah. Mine was like all loud, fitting for the outtake moments and interesting instrumentation.
That's the comedy song.
Not my cup of tea.
Yeah. Practice would be a really good one to play. That's number 11.
Your funky bass line?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I did like that song. I didn't start it, but I liked that song.
There's a lot. So I picked my 2. If you want to pick 2. I only picked the second one, though, because it sucks, and I want to show you why.
Well, I definitely want to play 15. And I know you liked 15 as well. But how many songs do you want to play, Garrett?
3 or 4.
Okay. Well, if we want to keep it a short episode, I really want you guys to go listen to this. Standalone, it's pretty fucking good. So we'll rate
Standalone is
that
amazing.
later. So yeah, I mean, if I listened to anything, it would be 15 and 16. But really, I'm here for 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, so 15. You guys can go listen to 11 on your own. I won't play that. And then what did I say? 25?
Fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs. And then 28. 15, 25, and 28?
Yep.
Cool. Well, let's do 15 first. Let's go in order.
Hell yeah. And let it play into 16. Just
for a little bit?
Just let it play to kind of see what I mean by seamless.
Oh yeah, it's not 15 anymore. Okay. Sorry. I got my numbers confused because we added 2 more songs to the playlist, the intro and outro. So, yeah. 15 into 16. Let's play that one. You want to read me your notes first before I start it?
Sure. So, this song is called Toge and Okatsu, which names are hard in anime sometimes. So, this is Cursed Speech User and Yuta. I said, oh... What?
Just O? Oh.
Oh, I just forgot to put in K. I said, oh, they took the violin trills from the horror movie themes. This whole song so far are classic horror film tactics. The crescendo and decrescendos in the strings, like a swell, is well placed to transition into the solo piano over the pads/drum. It turns into this sad piece, but it comes back up to raise your adrenaline once again. I got some hard My Hero Academia vibes from those horns that play in the B part. I said I love this song. All of the emotions. These two characters were in it for the ride, and their relationship was these two characters were in it for the ride, and
Learn
their
to
relationship. I think I was just writing so fast. I forgot a word.
And their relationship, what?
I put their relationship was.
Their relationship was.
It doesn't make any sense, but
It was.
But their relationship was built. You know, they fought like crazy things together, and they're all learning. And Toge was a pretty big influence on him, and like, you know, saved his life on a couple occasions. You know, what a killer ending! So dramatic and passionate.
Awesome. I'm gonna read my notes after.
Oh, you think you're so special? You can just read your notes after?
I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm hitting play on this bitch, okay?
You son of a bitch.
I'm the audio engineer. I fucking got today, baby.
Don't let it get to your head.
Too late.
It's 11:11.
Add those up. What is that? 2 and 2. Watch out.
Good God. Just press play, motherfucker.
All right, here it is. I love this. I love this super dramatic.
Right? Horror movie tactic.
Good
Right
morning.
there.
Holy fuck. Amazing. There's those fucking oboes and bassoons. They do a fantastic job of capturing that suspense.
The crescendos and decrescendos, man, they make a huge impact on your listening experience.
But the cool thing about those oboes and the way they're used is they pique your curiosity after the suspense. It's like you're on the edge of your seat, but you're like, okay, I'm curious now. And then that leaves the space open to smack you with something else. And in this case, they go down instead of smack you in the face.
Fade right out.
It's like that trick of if you want to get somebody to listen to you, you talk a little quieter so they ease in and they're listening more.
Then you smack them in your face with your freaking loud ass voice.
With your cock.
Oh, God.
I mean your voice. Sorry. This isn't redo of Healer.
Good God.
Who knew there would be room in there for
This sad shit.
sad, somber fucking keys? Beautiful, beautiful piano.
But don't worry, I already warned you that your adrenaline's about to come back up.
Cool little arpeggiation, and then yep, just crescendo right back.
Right? Okay. The horns and the guitars, like, isn't that so My Hero Academia reminiscent?
Except it's harder than My Hero Academia. It is, that bass is very, this section right now,
Yes.
in the last 5 seconds, that's My Hero
Yeah.
Academia.
Right?
And then where to go?
To this awesome fucking violin melody. Like, you get every range of emotions. And that's kind of why I'm like, this really does a good job of emulating their relationship because it had so many ups and downs.
This song is fucking badass. And the minute you're about to get bored, you can't. They're not going to leave you bored.
They won't.
So much drama. Coheed guitar. Still 30 seconds left, guys. Oh.
And this isn't even how it ends. They just threw this in for fun.
They did have a lot of fun. So cool. And this is now
So they played
track 16.
that little bit. Like, why? Why even put that in there?
They could have just made this just a fucking 7-minute piece.
Yeah, because this song is only like a minute and a half. Fucking heartbreaking.
You know what? I'm not going to stop it. I'm just going to let it ride.
Oh, jeez. Well, what were your notes for 16?
Well, I'll give you 15 and 16 as it plays.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Go on.
15. Super dramatic intro. And the drama doesn't really disappear with the dynamic changes either. Like, so creepy, but what a cool use of oboes. Man, I'm sorry to interrupt my own notes here, but I love this piano. So unexpected for this type of piece. Has you on the edge of your seat and then caresses you back down into the seat for just a second with that slow piano phrase. Brace yourself, though, because that hand just gripped the collar of your shirt. You're about to get ripped out of that seat and thrown into some fiery rock, and then I paused. I was like, drama? What the hell? Where are you taking us? I love this. Everything. What the fuck? I'm almost speechless. I don't need to say anything else. Just play it already. And there's the end of 16. My notes for 16. Love the dissonant walk down in major and then back into the dissonance and then back into major. They bounce back and forth with it. Such a beautiful dance between intense happy resolve and depression. Amazing melody from that piano part. The strings come in with a similar dissonance from earlier until they breathe their way into the release with that piano. Very moving. I loved it.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And you know what? We're going to play... I don't want to leave you guys on a bad note. I don't want to leave you with a bad taste in your mouth. So we're going to play...
We're going to play 28 first.
28, and I can explain why I didn't like this. And I apologize to you composers for being insulting, because I did say it sucks.
Jeez.
I know. But before I play it, I'll tell you why I hated it. I'll tell you why I did not like this. So, I already talked about the lyrics, which I will read again in my notes, but great sounding stingers in the intro. It really puts you into that ancient mysticism kind of mindset. And I was like, wait, what? A rock song? How? I fucking hate these lyrics, which sucks because the song is pretty brutal. Don't like the song, though. Love aspects, but this bitch has been done before 100 bajillion times, and the lyrics blow. Bridge was cool, but not impressively so. Still 2 minutes left. Beautiful and emotional string section into this haunting, brooding progression that just builds into something super exotic and dramatic. Great lead into the next piece. Actually, my notes don't sound that bad, other than really just not... It didn't belong on this, in this movie and in this OST. That's like that only one just really bitter moment of this OST. What were your notes, Emily?
After I said this track scared me, it's got some really gritty vocal parts, but not anything worth noting. And then it comes down into a beautiful orchestral build. So it wasn't entirely bad. The melodic part of it was great. The vocals, I wasn't a fan of. I was actually a fan of everything after the vocals.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those like two-parters. Like it should have been a second song.
Yeah. Let's play it. Here it is. The Real You. I love that intro into this next part. Very creative. Now is the time, because you are ready, trust in yourself right now. What the fuck are those lyrics?
I mean, it's the name of the song, Garrett. They could not include it in the fucking song.
So you know that you can change the world. It's so dumb. Everybody knows you've been hurt enough. Cool riff. But I wish they had taken the vocals out because it makes it muddy. They also just don't add anything to the song.
Yeah, like if there were no lyrics at all, it would have been a better
way
song.
better piece. Sweet. But it didn't go anywhere. You're gonna get back up and shine again if you get knocked down? Come on.
So your man singing is from Florida.
Of course he is.
His name is Toft Willingham. And the only other anime that he's done anything for is Blood Blockade Battlefront.
Oh, this part was really cool.
It's my orchestral build.
Heroic. But the hero's definitely beat up.
Yeah, you can hear that like defeat.
We're not done yet, guys. Still over a minute left. Really exotic, cool outro here. The strings are composed beautifully. Every harmony
And
of them.
the players themselves, when you can create a sound that sounds like one instrument and it's a whole bunch of the same instrument playing at the same time, those are great performers.
Oh, yeah. I also love how they, like, scoop, the volumes, and the way they use dynamics is so cool. Like the way they'll crescendo and then kind of hold you there, but slowly
Continue
inch
to
the
increase.
crescendo, but then kind of plateau for just a second, scoop downward, and just
Swell right
rocket
back
ship
up.
right to the fucking stratosphere. Awesome. Yeah, there are aspects of that song that's really cool. The lyrics just drove me fucking crazy. I hated them.
Clearly.
I hate them. I do not like them.
Some strong feelings over here.
I do not like green eggs and ham. Okay, now, on to fisticuffs. Emily, I want to hear your notes about fisticuffs.
Remember,
first.
I don't have notes.
Oh, that's right. You don't have any notes for fisticuffs. Well, look at me. I get the spotlight.
Taking the spotlight.
I didn't have as many notes as I should have for how much I like this song, but arpeggiated and modulated synth bass into such a weird feedback from that electric guitar, but that's nothing compared to what this piece transforms into. How do you do this? Back and forth like a ping pong table of emotions, but like a hexagonal, maybe octagonal, dectagonal table with different weighted pong balls, multi-material paddles, and a constantly warping medium for the balls to travel through, like jelly and air. It's everything as they bounce across the table.
Okay. Let's listen to it.
Can you imagine that kind of fucking ping pong table match?
I don't think I would want to.
I bet it'd be cool.
Part of that.
It's you'll understand what I'm trying to say in right now.
You're so weird.
You're imagining this kind of ping pong table, aren't you?
Never. I would never.
You
do
all
that.
are. I know you are. What?
It's the rhythmic choices that they make for this OST too. There's a lot of pieces that were like crazy, unexpected,
Super unexpected. I was always surprised the more I listen to this. We're only 50 seconds in. Did you hear everything that just fucking happened? What? That was only another 20 seconds, guys. It's also a really cool motif. And I love those horns.
The violins and the horns.
The brass is amazing in this piece.
And like, what a dramatic change
Little
from
heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that piece is fucking killer. So good.
All right, Garrett. On a scale of 1 to 7, what's your rating?
I'm gonna give it a 6.
You're gonna give a 6.
I'm gonna give it a full 6.
No, why not 7? Is it just for that one song?
Um,
Explain your reasoning, sir.
yeah, I mean 7's got to be perfect, right? So it's a 6 because
Yeah, but we gave 4.5 stars last week.
I don't even think I would give it another half because although it was so well done and it definitely fits the anime really well, I know that there are other compositions and pieces that can capture like that song about, what is it, pure love or true love on the OST.
Yeah, something pure love.
It's just not perfect. It's not a 6.5. It doesn't.
Okay, well, I starred This Is Pure Love, so you can go fucking suck it.
I'm not saying This Is Pure Love is bad. I'm saying that they captured. I really, really liked Pure Love. That's such a broad term and a broad emotional spectrum to capture, and they do a great job because they don't stay in one spot. And if anything, that probably should earn it another half point into 6.5. But I'm not going to do that because I know that there are 6.5 and 7-star OSTs that I've heard and fit the anime in context even better. I have to be tough on this one because there's just so much more to do. And I know that we're going to hear a 7 this year. We're going to.
I don't doubt that one bit.
Are you going to give it a 6.5?
No, actually. For as much as it seems like I was going to give it more than you, I'm giving it a 5.5.
A 5.5?
A 5.5.
Why?
I loved the OST, and it does very much fit. But I don't know if I was just not as, like...
Here's one con that I would think is probably what you're trying to say, too.
Oh, yeah? You think you can read my mind, Garrett?
Definitely.
Show me.
They don't grab... There's not a whole lot of motifs. And that's one thing that I would say is... I like hearing the motif and hearing the change in a motif as the character changes. Or the situation changes. And this OST doesn't get very motifical at all. Unless they use it in the second season of Jujutsu Kaisen, maybe. But out of the 31 songs, I don't think I recognized one motif.
No, and another thing is that if you were here for last season, you would know that I absolutely adore Made in Abyss OST. I can pick out music. Like, I can hum it. And I don't think that I would do that for this OST.
Yeah, there's not a hummable song.
There's not really, no. I mean,
it's very cool, very experimental.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason too is that I do have a comparable basis for what would be a 7 in my eyes. And Made in Abyss fucking nailed it they had the motifs, they had the soft lyrics that fit with the scenes that were put into the anime. And while we're not here to talk about Made in Abyss, it's a good talking point because that's why I rate this so much lower than how I talked it up. In context, it works. It fits. But if we're judging this on every single basis, standalone, with, and individual pieces, I just don't think it adds up to a 7 or a 6.
I could see that. I would even be willing to knock my rating down a little bit. Oh my God. Because the more I think about it, the more I didn't get everything that I would want from a 7-star.
Yeah,
OST.
It's not a bad thing, but those transitions and weird spaces, they trip me up, and I don't like that. I don't like it. It doesn't sit well with me.
Oh, I love that experimental shit.
I love the experimental shit, but
the situation, your feelings, what you're seeing, life changes so rapidly. The music should have that versatility too.
No, it's not. It's not necessarily the fact that I don't like it individually. Like, I'm looking at it as the individual track, the overall, and how it goes with the anime.
Sure.
Individual track. Absolutely. The surprise is fun, and the emotions with the anime are phenomenal. But on a standalone OST, if you're listening to this and you're listening to one track and it's essentially 4 different pieces that they were like, yeah, let's put it in there. It's fine. Whatever. That part for me is lacking in terms of, like, if I were to sit down and listen to this OST, I'd be like, oh, I guess my Spotify stopped.
I don't think so. I like the fact that they didn't stick to too many rules, or they did in a way. They still did stick with the fundamentals, but they went off and kind of used the rules, scrambled them up a little bit. And I thought that was really cool. That deserved positive points.
On your end.
On my end. But I did want a motif. I did want a series, like a motif that's recognizable throughout the whole movie. Or at least the character. you know?
Yeah, and that was another thing is that, and I know that Yuta and Rika are of one and the same. I can't even say anything.
You can. We've already spoiled it, kind of.
Did we?
Yeah, we spoiled it enough. You can say whatever you want.
Rika ends up leaving and finally finding her peace, and now Yuta has to learn how to still be a sorcerer. So it's I didn't find a lot of themes and motifs that really like grabbed me because that was the movie. That was it. It was about Yuta and Rika and his challenge to control and work with her together.
I also wanted, especially if this was the same, I thought it was a different composer. It sounded completely different.
Yeah. Like I said, I think that was probably a cinematic reason.
But they didn't take anything
from the actual series?
From the series.
I know.
They didn't
That's
take
what I'm
anything.
saying. The curses are a totally different theme.
The world that they built in the series is not the same world that they got from this prequel. And
now, do you think
there's a lot of opportunity there that they could have done, like, to it is a prequel that came out after the series. So they had the opportunity to make us like anticipate, especially for the watchers in the future that decide like, okay, I'm going to start Jujutsu Kaisen now, but I'm going to watch it chronologically for the story.
Kind of like what we did with
Fate. Yeah, exactly like that. So there wasn't any, I guess, pre-anticipation for their own music. Like they could have thrown in an Easter egg, a motif, something, and they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
I also kind of feel like the series was a lot more humorous, and that kind of like allows that EDM curse style to really like come through. Whereas in the movie, there weren't really a whole lot of like scenes where they went into that like simple drawing kind of thing. So I felt like it was necessary to change up the themes a little bit. But you're right. I mean, that, and there was a little bit of EDM in this OST, which kind of held it together, but it was like in spurts. It wasn't like the whole song was like on a loop or anything like that. And there was only like one song that was really like cheesy. So I feel like
they did. Yeah, they still had some humor, but it was definitely a lot more serious.
Yeah, like it was definitely more cinematic, and I think that that's why this was a lot more. It seems a lot more well done than the original.
Even some
series.
of the curses in the series sounded like they were having fun, at least in some scenes.
Yes, yeah, and it's energetic and things like that. Whereas like this is more like we're dealing with a love story / conflict, and we're kind of going from there. So I feel like that in itself really formulated this OST. So I can't take off points on that one because it adapted well. But you're right. Like there does need to be an Easter egg. I would have liked to have seen an Easter egg.
A couple of the same genres or timbres that were, I guess, a little more obvious than what they used in the movie compared to the anime. I wanted some of the even if they threw in the sounds from like one of the cutscenes.
Oh yeah,
the super quick,
few
like,
seconds. What was it like? I catch A, I catch B, whatever it is.
Yeah, and they use this the timbres from that in a scene. Yeah, there was opportunities there that were definitely missed.
Yeah, well, opportunities missed.
So I mean,
better
I guess
OST. It's a weird juggle.
Can we like meet in the middle at 5.75?
5.75 is just a lot. Can we just like push it down to 5.7?
5.7. All right. Yeah, I can shake on that.
Cool.
I can shake on that.
Right,
Let's shake on it.
Let's shake on it. We shook on it, guys.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. Okay, I think that finishes up the OST. Do you have anything else to say about it?
Nope. We rated it. We're done.
Ooh.
Let's move on to the outro. Yes. Again, by King New. This song is called Sakayume, or Contradictory Dream. Are you ready to listen to it? Because we don't really have to. We already did all the credentials and shit for King New.
Or also a dream contradicted by reality.
Is that another translation?
That's
for it?
also another translation, yeah.
Japanese is so hard.
It's so hard. How are we going to do this? A friend of mine from Instagram and real life sent me a meme that I've seen a million times, but it reminded me of that. It's like when you go to Japan and there's no subtitles.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, oh, God, what do I do?
Yeah, I get so confused just because it's a lot like it's similar to a lot of other Asian languages because it's very tonal. Like you can say what sounds like the
accentuated
same word.
Yeah.
But if you inflect your tone a certain direction, it changes the meaning of it. And I feel like Japanese isn't quite like it's not like Mandarin where you can have 4, 5, 6 different inflections of the same spelling and it means completely different things, where this is just like I guess maybe in context or how they say it, but they can say the same phrase. Like the word kami.
Yeah.
Can mean God, paper, what else? Hair, I think is what it was one of them. I don't remember entirely. I don't speak Japanese, so don't hold me to it. But yeah, let's move on to the fucking outro.
This one's a good one too.
Oh, this one's awesome.
This one's a really good one. I love this ending fits really well as an outro for this movie.
This is easily a 6 for an outro, if not a 6.5. This one's awesome.
Like overall, lyrics, everything. So we're just going to go ahead and tell you it fucking fits because...
yeah, even beforehand.
And then we'll do it again after.
Yeah, well, it gets the double cha-ching.
Well, we'll just prove it.
Here we go. This is Sakayume by King Nu. Fucking beautiful. Beautiful intro to this outro.
Ah. I got the Strokes vibe from the beginning, but I get Eve vibes from this.
And are they singing? Is this the chorus?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
That's okay. Never mind.
So funky.
This is a fun fucking outro.
Like,
It's a beautiful resolution because it has all that emotion in the beginning.
Yeah.
Great intro to the outro.
And it's like
I said.
It's a good transition from the end of the movie into the the credits. And then, like, if you're one of the people that stick around to see the very, very end and see it all the way through, and you're, like, sitting there bumping to this in the theater, like, what a great way to end.
And they did something similar to the composers did, which is just drastic changes.
Yeah.
This is what I would call part C. I love the production. And they bring back what sounds like the same lyrics to me from the beginning of the song. It is. But they sing in a completely different way. It's so cool. I like how this guitar was recorded.
Like, it's not super hard and heavy, like very forefront. Like, it kind of just sits with the rest of the music.
A great lead tone with some cool effects. That was a cool part. Yeah, that lead guitar, I don't know where they put the microphones. It almost sounds like the microphones were moved back. Maybe that's just the post-production reverb, but it sounds like a mic placement trick.
Yeah. It's that acoustic guitar for me.
You wouldn't call this the chorus? If you're on Genius, don't even look at that shit.
I'm not on Genius. It's actually lyrics translate. There's a lot of lines that repeat in this, so it's really hard to tell what's a chorus.
Oh, I love this. Ooh.
So soulful and emotional, and it grabs you in many different ways.
This guitar player reminds me, the name escapes me. I can't pinpoint who I think he sounds like, but it sounds so familiar to me. Oh, hell yeah. Just modulate. Awesome. What a fucking beautifully arranged and composed song.
Like, even if I was in the theater and I wasn't waiting for an end scene because I was like, man, there's no end scene, I would stay for this song. I would stay to finish it out.
Hell yeah.
Especially after hearing, like, even the orchestral, beautiful, like, serenity that you hear at the very beginning would hook me.
This chord progression's amazing.
Like, all you people who left, you missed out. But you're welcome. You're here. And then it just brings around that beautiful deliciousness of strings.
What an amazing resolution. Not only to this piece, but to the movie as a whole. Fantastic.
So good. Lyrically, it fits impeccably. Let's see.
It's happy. It's emotional. It's got a sense of joy and kind of like, I don't know. It's more than just being happy. It's got this connection. Like, it makes me think of two people with a real connection, kind of like the two main characters in the movie.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you and me, but whatever.
Yeah, you and me. That's what I meant to. We're the main characters.
You had
of
your
our
opportunity,
movie.
Garrett. You lost it.
We're the main characters of our movie. Okay.
Wishful thinking, guys. Wishful thinking. So the first line of this is, if you wish, pierce through my heart, if I, who's so unreliable, can become someone someday. Let's see. Back then I believed that the dreams I saw when I closed my eyes were always ones that would come true. If you want, we can fly anywhere. If even I, who's so cowardly, can find the meaning of life, I'll clearly connect love and hate together and become a dream grown wild that I'll never wake up from. So deep. God.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. That's, you know what? Speaking of contradicting things.
Oh, what, Garrett? What?
Well, that was just like what I was trying to describe earlier. It sounds like two contradicting emotions. It sounds happy, but also there's a sense of a little bit of pain in there too. And maybe just being grateful is a good emotion that I get from this. Appreciative.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if this love that's like a curse gradually, slowly eats away at my body, you overflow from the depths of my heart. We seek each other, overlap, and from them we become a dream. Like, if that's not showing appreciation, regardless of the fact that she is essentially weighing him down. Like,
but he loves it.
But he loves it because he cares for her so deeply. So you're right. I mean, that appreciation is there. The sincerity, the ugly, everything about it is in the song emotionally, musically, and lyrically.
It's like I appreciate your burden.
Yeah. I'll carry your burden because I love you.
But not even just, I'll carry it. No, I enjoy your burden.
Well, I feel like if you carry a burden, you should appreciate it because you've taken that on. So,
well, that's
that's
not necessarily true. I know a lot of people that take on burdens that definitely don't really want them, but do it because they care.
That's Garrett. I'm the burden.
Well, I didn't want to say anything, but
Rude. rude. This song, even if the dream comes true or if it contradicted by reality, so good.
So good.
So good.
And that, I wish we were already streaming or set up our stream station so I can demonstrate some production tricks and recording engineering tricks to you guys. So you can actually visualize it rather than just hear it. But one thing that I was talking about earlier, there's a couple ways to make something sound distant. One is post-production with reverb or delay. Reverb is really just kind of like the fastest delay ever. It happens so rapidly that you don't hear the delay of notes. It just kind of blends together and sounds like reverb. But there's also another way you can do it, and there's a way you just combine the two, reverb and this technique that I'm about to show you, and it's literally just putting the mic farther away from the source of the sound. I mean, if you think about it, the mic is basically your ears. That's kind of what it represents. If a camera lens could represent your eyeballs, but you're just capturing the moment from that perspective of where the lens is at, microphones do the same thing, but for your ears. So right now I'm talking an inch or two away from this microphone, but if I move it farther away, and I got a bunch of compression on it, and a noise gate, so it's kind of hard to hear, but I should sound farther away to you guys. And as I get closer, obviously, it sounds fucking closer. So same, if you combine those two tricks, the distance from the source of the sound and where the microphone is placed, and the amount of reverb you throw on it, it can have an interesting effect on how the frequencies react together in the song.
Teaching moment, everybody.
That's what I'm here to do. Just a humble teacher.
Just a humble teacher. All right. Well.
Does it fit, Emily?
Oh, 100%. I already said it,
We
dummy.
already said it. I know. I wanted another spot for the cha-ching.
Well, I said it already, and you just weren't listening. What's new? So yeah, that's our show, my friends.
No fun facts for this movie?
I don't have any fun facts.
Loser.
You guys can go fucking research yourselves.
Read a book or something.
God damn. No, I will have many more fun facts throughout the next year, and you can look forward to my fun fucking facts.
Fun facts. Fucking fun facts.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
You just like the F word a lot.
Yeah, my kids do apparently now too. That's neither here nor there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, being a mom is fun. It's great. Next week we're doing Adventure Time.
Oh yeah, that's right. We are doing Adventure Time, but we're doing specifically one song.
One
from
song.
Adventure Time.
One
We're
song.
going to keep it short.
We're gonna keep it real short for you guys.
We kind of want to mix up some things in this second season, and try out some new shit. Teach you guys something new. Not just review anime. I love talking about anime. I could do it all fucking day. It's literally like, my other job.
We also like to talk about other animation. I cannot wait to talk about Steven Universe, because you better fucking believe I'm talking about that shit.
Oh, yeah.
He even plays ukulele and Connie plays violin. It's perfect.
They love corn dogs or hot dogs.
Bits. Fried bits.
The bits.
Give me the bits.
So weird. Emily gets mad at me if I don't eat the tiny pieces of batter, the bits, at the end of the stick.
On the corn dogs.
I'm like, but it's all like, that's not the...
It's crunchy and delicious.
It's not crunchy and delicious. It's crunchy and not as delicious as what I just ate.
So I need to fix a couple things on our Etsy page, and then by the end of tomorrow, I will have a code that I will post on the story and on the post.
That is a random segue there.
Yeah, well,
It's very abrupt.
I felt like we were getting a little off topic. So
we were not getting off topic. We were talking about what we were doing next week. Anyway, yeah, guys, if you would like to
next week.
If you'd like to support the show, and you're feeling very generous, I mean, we do definitely take donations. We're easily 2 very big charity cases.
God damn.
Shit's expensive in Austin.
And also, you can help me fund my. I want to make gauges, like ear tunnels, or like I really want to redo my tentacles, but I don't know how to cast things quite yet. So if you have advice on how to make tentacle earrings, like gauges, hit me up because I want to learn so bad.
We're going to have to make a post on Instagram about these so you can like actually picture this in your head, because I'm sure some of you guys listening to this right now are like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Emily has these silicone tentacle earrings, gauges.
They're actually polymer clay.
And she got them from somebody who basically had a monopoly, but unfortunately, they are in Ukraine.
Yeah, I bought a pair in January and they were supposed to be delivered I bought them in December. They were going to be delivered in February. And then all the stupid shit happened in Ukraine. And, I was checking in on it and I realized that he lives in Kiev. And I'm like, shit, man.
Yeah.
So I sent him a message and I was like, hey, I don't really care about my order. Are you okay? Like, I hope you and your family are safe. And I still haven't gotten my order, which is fine.
Yeah, please be safe and alive.
Yeah. So, but now I want those earrings. No, I want to figure out how to make them myself. But,
That being said, what she's trying to say is we're adding more products to our Etsy page.
I would like to add more products. Unfortunately, as I don't have a job right now, buying things to make more money is an issue.
Gotta have money to make money.
Apparently. So, but I really want to make some anime gauges. I can even do like fake gauges with like the little pegs in them, so it looks like you're a real poser. I didn't say that. But you guys will probably love them because I have a bunch of different designs written down that I want to do, and I want to craft. I love crafting, and I'm not really good
They
at
are
anything.
pretty cool. I've seen some of these things. She's got some really, really cool ideas for these gauges and pretend gauges if you want to go that far.
If you want to go that far. So
the other thing that we're probably going to add to our Etsy page, if we continue to use Etsy's
screwing us. They're screwing us.
Etsy's kind of like, I mean, I knew what it was going to be going into it, but I'm not really happy. We've had it for a while. We've had it for, almost a year? Maybe a year?
We've had it for a year, yeah.
And, yeah, there's a lot of, there's some pros, but there's a lot of cons to it, too. And instead of getting into all that, we're probably just not going to use it anymore. But that being said, I would also like to add some hentai and ecchi coloring books, some adult coloring books, some, like, real adult coloring books.
They make adult coloring books like with like curse words and like naked pictures and stuff. So we're just going to stick with what we love, which is anime.
If you're an artist that we can buy some of your art from or license it or whatever, we'd like to support you guys too. And we definitely pay for pictures and images that we could use.
And it'll just be lines. So no color.
It's just black and white. Yeah, just outlines so other people can color that shit. But yeah, we'd like to work with you if you're willing to work with us. Otherwise, we're going to be using some hopefully royalty-free. We're going to do our best to find all the legal means necessary because we don't want to screw other artists over.
And we're not artists.
No, I don't know how to draw boobies.
Although my dream is to, when I have money and can pay off all of my student loans, like when I'm 65 maybe, I want to go back in to school for graphic design. I feel like I can do a lot more with that than fucking nutrition.
Yeah, you use your nutrition degree a lot.
Yeah. I don't, is what Garrett's trying to say. But yeah, so we have big hopes and goals for our merchandise and things that we want to do that's not just prints and things of the sort.
Way,
we want wearables. We
don't
want
to just
fun.
ask for your money. Like we'd like to, I mean, if you're willing to give it, we'll definitely take it. We'll definitely take it. But we don't want to just
a fucking couple of charity cases. God.
We don't just want to take your money.
We're in hard times.
If we don't just want to take your money, we'd like to give you something in return other than pure entertainment. So check out our Etsy page.
Go do that.
Check out the links down below. Don't forget to click on the link to the playlist so you can listen to the entire OST. and follow along as we are listening to it. If you wanted to pause it and listen to the song all the way through and listen to what we had to say, you can do that too. And I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I think that's it. Wow, we did it.
We did it, but I didn't really finish my sentence
Do
earlier.
you have more to say? Shut up, God.
Well, you interrupted me earlier, so
I'm just kidding.
you better be.
Oh.
So I'm going to figure out by the end of tomorrow how to get our listings back up and rename them.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
that's how we started on this.
Yeah. And by the end of all of that, I will have a code for you guys that if you would like to purchase some stuff for your mamas or grandmamas or your stepmamas or your just friend mamas and whoever that may be in your life.
Your baby mamas.
Your baby mamas. If they like anime, then I'll give you a code to get some discounts so you can get some of our shenanigans.
Yeah, get them a cool print.
Frame it for them. Don't just give them the print. Please frame it for them because if they're like me, it'll be a long time before you get it in a frame.
That's not entirely true. We did okay. It just took us moving into a new house.
Right. 6 months.
We didn't have any wall space for it anyway at the old place.
All right, my friends. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. Stay out of trouble. Garrett's leaving me. What?
I'm going to a wedding.
Yeah, he's going to a wedding without me. It's great.
Well, my plane ticket's paid for. It's an old family friend that used to work for the family, and it's the lead singer of my band's family, and they invited me to go along because basically I'm the plus one.
Yeah, he's the girlfriend.
I'm the girlfriend. I'm the date, baby. I'm a hot date.
I told him he couldn't dance with anyone, though.
I'll be dancing by myself and my 2 drinks in my hands.
He won't dance.
I'll be double fisting.
If he dances, it'd be weird. But I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. I'm
not sure how I feel about that.
We are going to shut down our rambling. We love you. Stay safe and hit us up if y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns.
Or just hit us up and be like, yo, what's up, guys?
So,
What's up? Bye.
bye.
This has been a Beanbag Chair Media production.